Welcome to the Steeds Wrestling Podcast. Back again, we have all four of us. We have the man, Christian.
What's going on, guys?
We have our boy, Kieran.
What's good?
And we have the wild one, James.
Hello, everybody.
Jeez.
And me, as always, we have Luke. So this podcast, we
All right,
are
wait,
not...
time out. Eddie Guerrero is jacked. Oh my
He looks like a
goodness.
monster.
Wow.
So anyway, as we digress, so this podcast, we're not really going to be reviewing or anything. We're just kind of going to be giving a little explanation of who we are and who we like, where we stand as WWE, I guess. So we're basically just going to go around saying like favorite wrestlers, favorite matches, favorite wrestlers of all time, favorite wrestlers of current. And I guess we'll get going with Christian. If you want to get started with start with your favorite all-time wrestler.
My favorite all-time wrestler. I would have to say that's Randy Orton. I grew up loving Randy Orton. So Randy Orton would be my favorite all-time wrestler.
What about your favorite new not really up and coming, but like newly signed
Like my
and newly
favorite
shown up?
one, well, right now, my favorite wrestler is tough because I love Seth Rollins, but if they could do just a little bit more with Finn Balor, it would be Finn Balor.
That makes sense. And I guess we'll keep it going with what your favorite match of all time is and why.
Oh, jeez. That was tough.
It's
That's
a hard
tough
one
question.
too. It took me a while to figure this one out.
I don't know. But you might have to get back to me on that one. I don't know.
All right. I guess we'll go back. All right. So then, if Christian can't figure it out, we'll move it on to oh my God, Chris Jericho's entrance
Wow.
Gotta love it.
at WrestleMania 33. We'll move on to Kieran's favorite all-time wrestler.
All time, I'd probably have to go with Rey Mysterio.
That's right, and the high flyer. I like that. And what about your favorite
Hawaiian?
current wrestler?
Current wrestler, Buddy Murphy. He's the absolute man of 205.
I feel that. I get that.
205.
And if you can figure it out, your favorite match of all time and why?
Favorite match of all time would probably be.
It's tough.
It's a hard one. It's a really hard one.
I'd probably have to say the WrestleMania Triple Threat with Mysterio and Orton and Angle.
I was gonna say that one was.
Damn,
That's a good one.
that's a solid.
The ultimate underdog. Just the overall story behind it with Eddie Guerrero like in the background, like everything overshadowing it. Like it was a great match overall, and then the story with it just made it. And Mysterio being my favorite, so I guess it's biased, but like
It's just a little biased.
everything was great. Oh, where am I going? All right.
Oh shit. All right. So while we get slightly distracted by the match that has just begun, what are we thinking about Yamez, your favorite all-time wrestler?
My favorite all-time wrestler? That would have to be Jeff Hardy, without a doubt in my mind.
Oh, I could have probably guessed that one.
Shoot, I'm out.
May have been a
Are you
difficult
dead? I can't leave.
favorite
That's
current
good.
wrestler.
favorite current wrestler. That's a very hard decision for me because I love so many guys that are on the roster right now. But I would have to either go with like Johnny Gargano or Aleister Black or somebody from NXT. It's just the way NXT is. It just builds characters up so well. It really gets me invested in them more than
It kind of helps because their booking is
more
a lot
than I've
better
ever been
than
invested in
This was
wrestling
sweet.
characters before.
Fuck.
Just the way they are.
yeah. You get like intently into watching them.
Come on, dude. Stop hitting me with a steel step.
And all right, So, what about your favorite match of all time?
My favorite match of all time, that would be Elimination Chamber 2010.
Jeff Hardy.
No, not Jeff Hardy. There was actually no Jeff Hardy in that match.
Who was in that match? I don't even remember who
Well,
was in.
the reason why it's my favorite match is I was at Kieran's house, and I was still getting into wrestling, and Kieran bought the pay-per-view for Elimination Chamber, and I've only been watching wrestling for a couple months at that time, and it was just, I don't know, I just really loved that match because like all the moments of watching it, and Rey Mysterio did a 916, I think on CM Punk, and like Shawn Michaels came out under the ring and hit Undertaker, and like I was just so young, still getting into wrestling. Like everything I thought was real, and it was just so cool to see all that go down. And like it's just a fond memory of being at Kieran's house watching that pay per view.
Yeah, you know what? That was some solid reasoning. Actually, I'll give you credit. I wasn't expecting that.
I have a question for you
Now-
guys.
Okay.
I would have to say, like, my favorite match of all time might be the end of era match with Triple H and Undertaker. That one was
Beautiful.
really good.
Beautiful match.
Story to that was beautiful. But I also, 2004, Randy Orton and Mick Foley match was just ridiculous.
Yeah, that one.
Hardcore match, just ridiculous. IC title, the old design. Great match.
Yeah, beautiful.
I
I
love
remember
that.
that one. It was actually one of my top matches too.
Hey, guys, Eddie Guerrero. All right. Just let Eddie go up there.
So I have a question for you guys.
All right.
How did you guys get into wrestling? Luke, how did you get into wrestling? What made you get into the WWE?
Honestly, that's even like a hard question for me. To
Like how did you
Like, I
even like
really-
fall in love with it? Like what got you into wrestling? Like how did you
Like-
even find out about it? What made you love it so much the way that you want to go out?
For me,
and
the
watch
first time that
pay-per-view?
I ever saw it, I was actually just kind of like skipping through channels. And I had no clue what it was at this time, by the way. I was just kind of going through, and I ended up finding like TNA Impact. Oh,
Weird.
please let this work. Why'd you reverse that? You dick?
That's the weirdest. That's the weirdest thing to find on a time where
Yeah, and
SmackDown
it was
and Raw.
it was back when Matt Hardy and Jeff were still there, and Matt Hardy was cutting a promo.
on TNA.
Yeah, on TNA.
I
It
thought you
was
got into
really
a lot
weird.
of. I thought you got into a lot of.
No, TNA was actually the first one that I started working.
TNA was actually
TNA was-
amazing.
TNA was great back then.
So you got into
Because they
TNA
had
before
everybody.
you got
They
into
had-
WWE.
Yeah, 100%. Because TNA was a lot better at that time
That's crazy.
than
I would have never thought
WWE
that
was.
because I never asked you how you got into it.
Yeah, it was really weird. And then my one of my friends, Andrew, like I only knew about TNA because, like I said, I kind of just caught it on a like on a channel passing.
Well,
And my friend Andrew actually like showed me about it. And so after that, I think that was probably like, oh Jesus Christ, I don't even remember what year that was. In all reality, but yeah, that's basically how I got into it. I just kind of got hooked ever since.
Christian, how about yourself?
I was just at my cousin's house and he got into it. He's about like 2-3 years older than I am, so as he's watching, I'm getting told, yeah, you can't watch it, you're too young, da 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 da, which only made me want to watch it even more.
Well,
So
yeah,
I just-
obviously,
I
gotta
really
rebel
just
that
got
shit,
into
bro.
it. And then, going over his house a good amount of times, we would wrestle each other all the time. In the middle of his living room, backyard, didn't matter, trampoline. We would wrestle no matter what. I
Yeah.
loved it. I loved it.
It's like something that like you either love or you hate, and then you basically just get hooked on right away.
How about yourself, Kieran?
And for
I believe I started getting into it because my dad would always watch it. I'd walk into the room and he would always have it on. So I would just sit there and just watch.
no.
And I eventually just got my interest. And then just going on like the other Kieran's trampoline, just practice wrestling and doing all the moves made me like it even more. So it just became a weekly thing.
Cut your shit.
I'll get into myself on how I found love for wrestling. Probably around 2008 or 2009. Kieran being one of my closest friends when we would go to school. he was always talking about it, and everybody was talking about it in school. So it was like the cool thing to do. So like I was like, oh, I gotta watch this.
Oh,
Everybody was
right on.
talking about it, and like there's still people that would say it's fake and stuff like that. But like I never believed them because like it just looked so real. Being that it was just like the cool thing to be in, I was like, oh, I gotta start watching it. And then I figured out it was Friday Night SmackDown on My 9 TV, and that's where I started watching it. And
Oh my
we
god,
would have,
that was forever.
And then we would,
James, what are you doing?
and then we would have what's it called? We would have like basketball or something like that, and I would try to get home as soon as I could after basketball to watch SmackDown. That's how I became a fan of Jeff Hardy too, because he was also on SmackDown at the time. He was having his big feud with Edge. That's how I got to wrestling, or how
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, go. Suffer.
What? Are you serious? I got knocked out for that?
So, how did you guys feel about Starrcade?
Let's not talk about it. None of us really watched it yet, so we don't have the opportunity to talk about it.
It was just literally just a house show.
Yeah, it was a revamped house show in all reality.
I watched a decent amount of it. I watched AJ Joe in the steel, so that was pretty good.
Can we not abuse me with the steel chair? I'd
Joe
really
and
appreciate
AJ
a steel
anything, and I'll
chair.
watch it.
Oh my god.
So
I'm
does
like dead.
does that cover everything we want to talk about this week?
Other than my favorite wrestlers and matches, before you cut me off, you dick.
Oh, I apologize.
Yeah, what the? Come on.
I don't know. We're talking about this match and not what's been going on. That's why I'm trying.
Yeah,
to
There's a
well-
lot happening right now. None of us are really focused.
Eddie Guerrero has decided that he wants to come back to life and go against. Oh, okay.
Oh!
Oh, really? Really?
So basically, there's
okay.
no way we can't let James win this.
No, are you serious? Do you even know how to win it?
No, I do. Oh, here comes
All right.
the posse.
No, nah. Why? You come to- was it
Totally
three?
accidental.
Oh, I thought I was in 3. Whoa! I'm out of here.
Good swings.
Nope.
Oh. Relax. Hey.
So Guerrero just did a full
No,
move. And
no, just get Edge. Just get Edge right now. Just get Edge. Yeah. So, my favorite of all time. I would personally have to agree with Christian on this one. Is Randy Orton.
I thought that one was amazing.
The characters that he's had and used and utilized is just absolutely beautiful. The way he's
He's
used
going
them
from
and done
heel
them.
to face. Can do
And
both
worked
so well.
Every single one has just been beautiful.
And it's just, and it's the little things that he had. His feuds with.
Fuck.
I was gonna be really tight.
Um.
His feud with Triple H, where he broke into his house.
Yeah.
I mean,
Actually,
other
that
way
gets me.
around. Triple H-
That's actually going to connect to another portion of this. But my favorite wrestler right now, there's so many, man. There's literally not a wrong answer. I would have to go with Finn Balor. I mean, I know
it's
they're
just
not.
a shame how little they use him.
Yeah, they're not utilizing him right, but he's got such talent. He can talk if they let him. Like, it's just there's so much going for it, and it's
Yeah.
just he's just the top guy, no matter how you look at it. And then I would say my favorite match of all time. Actually, just yesterday, just went back and rewatched everything. WrestleMania 25. This is back when Triple H and Randy Orton had their feud, where Randy Orton broke into Triple H's house. And that feud, that match, did you guys ever truly go back and watch that match?
It was actually, I think it was the other way around. I actually think.
Yeah, it was Triple H.
break into
Triple H broke into Randy's. Sorry, did I say that wrong?
Yeah.
I
I
apologize.
said it wrong too. I had him. Oh no, Edge. Are you serious?
Yeah, no, but if you ever go back and watch that match, you just see and plus Mike Chioda was the referee for it too, and it was just it was a work of art, man. It really was.
That was really good. I mean,
It was a beautiful match.
Orton has had a lot of big matches and a lot of very good feuds that he's had too. Especially you
God
talk
damn
about
it.
Cena.
Oh, Kieran might win. Kieran might win. Kieran might win. Yeah,
Are you
between
serious?
Yeah, let's
the
all go
over the
after
limit
Edge, they
match.
said.
Ah,
The over the limit match.
Oh, there we go.
That I Quit match was just beautiful.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you talk about even like the
Sad.
tag teams that he's had. You know, teaming with Edge, Rated RKO, obviously
Oh, yeah.
Evolution. He was able to do a lot of different things.
Yeah, between the Legend Killer, which I actually enjoy right now
Legend
because
Killer.
Randy Orton's kind of coming back with the Legend Killer.
He's
I don't know if
slowly
you noticed it, because they're kind of bringing it back with Ray, with this Ray
He's
feud.
just destroying Ray. He
Oh
is
my God, he's
destroying
murdering
Ray.
him, and it's beautiful.
You're taking the mask off. I don't remember the last time I've seen Mysterio legitimately have his mask off. It was off, completely off his face.
It wasn't even like he ripped it off either. Like it came off.
No, it came off.
And plus the way Randy like took it off. It wasn't even like it
Yeah.
like he pulled it off. He ripped it.
they've
Before
done
we
that whole
continue
feud
this,
beautifully.
are we doing this as a separate podcast like SmackDown, or are we putting it in this? Because like if we're not gonna be doing it in this one, then we should just end the thing now.
That's up to you guys. We could talk about Raw and SmackDown, how Raw was absolutely horrendous.
I feel like that should be a different.
I feel like we should save that till
podcast.
Thursday.
Or you guys can
Yeah,
wait
that
to
should
hear
be
that on
definitely-
Thursday.
Yeah, because then we can
Yeah,
put
that-
Yeah,
NXT in
I'd
it
say
with
we
it, with
wait
it.
for Thursday.
Give,
Alright,
give
so
our fans
you guys
a
call this a wrap?
little tease. Can we not let Eddie Guerrero win this? Don't touch me! Don't touch me! Do not touch me!
How do I push the ladder over?
No,
No, no,
don't!
Huh?
No, don't! I
Huh?
hate you both!
Stop!
I was
No,
willing
stop.
to do an
James,
OMG
James,
moment.
Sorry,
You
James,
jerks!
stop.
I was
How do you-
willing to do an OMG moment to get him off.
How do you
I got it,
tip
guys,
the
I got
ladder
it.
over?
I'm trying to
Take things
figure
out
it
of
out too, Kieran.
context.
I don't understand how
Let
to
me
tip this
know.
ladder over.
Don't worry
This is
about
actually-
it.
Oh,
Oh!
no.
no!
Did he not win? Did he not? Someone get him! Hit
Oh,
him! Hit him! I can't see!
There's one thing left.
No!
Should I end it on a
Let me
cliffhanger?
James's
No one
body's
touch
in my
him.
way. James's body's in my way.
Seth Rollins! Seth Rollins! Seth Rollins! Seth Rollins! Seth Rollins! Seth Rollins! Seth Rollins!
No.
Ah!
Oh, this is getting really intense.
I'm right
Just
there. No. Edge is not winning this. Let me
well-
no. Oh my god, Edge is gonna win this. Oh my
Start
no,
circle.
hit him!
Hit him.
Yes!
I'm literally just standing.
Oh God.
Wow.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for watching this podcast. We'll
That
be
was
back soon.
ridiculous.